Welcome back to the Pulse with Peter Urbina. I'm your host, Peter Biancamano, and we are here at Port Imperial in Weehawken, New Jersey, with founder and president of New York Waterway, and we're so happy to have him back, Mr. Arthur Imperator. Mr. Imperator, how are you today?
Well, it's my birthday.
That's right. Happy birthday, sir.
I'm 94.
And still going strong, it looks like.
I am in very good shape. The good Lord smiles on me, health-wise, when He provided particularly my wonderful wife, who's right at my elbow all the time when I need advice, which is very frequent.
That's too funny. Well, they say behind every great man is a great woman, correct?
Well, she's an extraordinary woman.
Exactly.
But she helps me maintain the state of my health, which is at a good level for a man my age.
Right.
Thank God.
Thank God is right. And this is going to be the first of a two-part series. We're going to we're going to showcase this on this week's episode, and then we're going to have the second part next week with Mr. Imperator as well. So, Mr. Imperator, I had the luxury, and it really is a luxury, because I normally take the path every day for my day job, to take the ferry into Port Imperial today. And it really was like like riding first class. I mean, wouldn't you say so?
It really is, and it's safe and solid and reliable and enjoyable. And people, have said many times, we're the biggest well-kept secret. We don't know enough people take our ferries, obviously. We're doing quite well. But there are many, many more who know nothing about us. And I'm here to talk particularly about the heroic people who work for us.
And that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And we were talking before the show. I mean, just a couple of weeks ago, there was a path shutdown where you probably had to carry across, I think you said 10,000 extra passengers or so. And then we had the garbage truck overturned on Route 495 the day before the 4th of July, where it caused more people to need to take public transportation, including New York Waterway.
Well, that's true. And those are just a little bit of a snapshot of what we do among the many, many good things we do. And it was particularly difficult, the path shutdown, because it happened at 4:15 p.m., just beginning the rush hour, and we were called into action. The whole path system shut down, burned some kind of a generator or a heater, some mechanical device that was necessary for its operation. And we handled with helter-skelter, instantaneous response. Over 10,000 additional people during the rush hour that night on many different routes, because we were only authorized to take so many, but there were so many other people discommoded by the shutdown that they found their way to one of our terminals. So in toto, whereas we cross-honored with the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey for about 5,700, I think it was, the number, and probably did another, probably 5,000 or more in addition. So we handled perhaps 11,000 to 12,000, somewhere in that range, just like that. And it's our people who swing into action, know their business, take great pride, and are well trained. And that's what they did. Now, last week, we had a shutdown of the entire bus system of New Jersey Transit.
Right. Because
So-
of the overturned garbage truck, right?
And that we also we build cross on it something like 5,700 or 800 also similar, and we handle an additional group of people because people were stuck. They couldn't get out of New York by bus, and they came to our terminals. We cross on it with New Jersey Transit. Again, just like that, we swing into action.
And it's really a testament to your team. I mean, everybody really knows what to do when these type of emergencies happen, right or wrong. I mean, whether it's your marketing team sending out notifications through social media, through the
Right.
website, saying, "Look, we come take the ferries because we're open for you." Whether it's your vice presidents, I'm guessing, who are calling different organizations, lending a handout. Correct?
There's one call that gets made.
Just one. Wow.
It gets called. We get called.
That's right.
In a major snowstorm, major flood, hurricane, colossal feats of emergency, like I don't have to tell you, we did the rescue
That's right.
of Mr. Sallenberger and
The miracle on the Hudson, right?
yes, and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds more, some lesser, some major, but it's always our people who snap into action instantly. They don't have to even wait for me. We have a wonderful vice president named Alan Warren, who is just a genius at getting things shifted and conform to whatever the situation is. Pronto.
Pronto. I mean, everybody knows their role and they know how to do it the right way.
Listen, the Jesuits have a motto: we do what we do. That's what we do. We save people. When the towers got hit,
Right.
we moved so many people. But I don't think people understand, particularly in Hoboken, how vital we are to the region, how much we've added to the quality of life, how much we've added to the tax rolls,
Yeah.
to the ratables. The very people who, incidentally, at Maxwell Place, 1,000 condo units, more or less, worth roughly $1 million. That's $1 billion worth of real estate, probably more. And their values have been enhanced by our ferry just being in their backyard.
Right on
And
14th
a lot of
Street.
people take it, and they don't want to see what we do or don't want to acknowledge what we do. And they want to put us in a category of some odious kind of operation that's going to foul up. Well, we enhance the quality of life in Hoboken,
It's important, right?
and we enhance the quality of life all along the river on the Hudson side of the
Right.
West Bank going into the city.
And we do want to get to that, how important it is to have the Union Dry Dock as your maintenance facility in areas of emergencies like we've seen in the past few weeks. And we're going to get to that in our next segment. We will be right back, folks. Welcome back to the Pulse of Peter B. I'm your host, Peter Biancamano, and we are here at Port Imperial in beautiful Weehawken, New Jersey, with Mr. Arthur Imperator, the founder and president of New York Waterway, for our second part. So, of this exclusive interview. So, Mr. Imperator, last week we spoke about how important it was for the ferries to have a central location or we kind of teased it, we didn't really speak about it, to have a central location such as the Union Dry Dock, so your ferries can be ready for emergencies such as the Miracle on the Hudson, such as, God forbid, ever a 9/11 ever happens again, such as a path closure, such as a Port Authority bus closure with the overturned garbage truck in Union City. If you, and again, I know we spoke about this in our last episode that we did with you, Bayonne and Lackawanna Terminal are not that central location that can provide.
They can't work.
They can't work.
They can't work.
And why is that?
They're too far away. There's no land area that could be developed. It would take 5 to 7 years. Way out in Jabib, you know, we can't be in Jabib. When the path shuts down, we have to be there. We have to be at the ready. But it's well known that neither of those locations will work.
Right.
You can't get into Erie Lackawanna physically. You can't get trucks. You can't get fuel. There's no room in the river to recreate what we already own at Union Dry Dock, and that's that. You know, people don't understand, and I'm sure most Hoboken people don't understand, and most don't care. But we move something on the very day of the path shutdown. We otherwise had moved 33,000 people that day.
Wow.
Add the 10,000, it was 43,000 people. And every day we do 2,000 trips. 2,000 trips. And almost every single one is on time. Like today, we had one trip that was 6 minutes late due to a mechanical problem. And
how often does that occur?
And it happens, you know, with some frequency, 2,000. What about the trains? What about the buses? What about the tunnels? You know? And they compare us to some kind of smokehouse. We're going to have a fuel dump of some kind. My God, when the tunnel itself, I said that in the last segment, that has something like several 100 million vehicles within the same distance of Maxwell Place as between Maxwell Place and Union Dry Dock. And Union Dry Dock is essential to our survival. Our men work, frankly, I hate to use the expression, they work like animals. And it's all because of the conditions down there that force us to do double work with delays in efficiency and even with issues of safety that concern me, because I worry about our people.
And it's interesting you say that. We were, myself and Josh Sotomayor Einstein, our political analyst on the show, were privileged enough to visit the current maintenance facility that you have here in Weehawken, and we noticed that it was almost built on 2 to 4 barges in a way.
And that's what it is.
And I'm saying to myself, my goodness, I'm saying it like you said, they work very, very hard at that maintenance facility in pretty dangerous conditions. I wouldn't say dangerous conditions.
They are dangerous.
Well, yeah, there you go.
They are dangerous, and yet our men manage. We worry all the time about that aspect of our work, and the Union Dry Dock is the answer. To compare us with a sedentary park, you know, with a handful of people that would otherwise use it for only a short seasonal usage factor is so absurd and so ridiculous and frankly very unfair.
And it's not sustainable anymore where you are right now, correct? I mean, obviously not.
It's sustainable a minute at a time, a day at a time, a week at a time. But we gotta get, we're in court.
Of course, yep.
And we need relief. We absolutely need relief. We operate in the public interest. We're doing work for the Port Authority, moving people through the pass system because they for 2 years there's heavy construction work on one of their runs, and we're moving people for New Jersey Transit on the Morris and Essex line,
Right.
and and then we had these breakdowns. But we've had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of breakdowns, and we're always there. We're always at the ready, and that's our pride. That's what we do, and we do it safely. People enjoy life.
And Mr. Imperator, a question that we received from a number of viewers the last time you were on the show was regarding the permit process, regarding the state and federal permit process at the Union Dry Dock. You guys, New York Waterway, I should say, has the permits necessary. You're only missing the local permits at this time? Is that correct?
Well, we are not even sure that we need a permit for what we would do.
I see.
Initially. Eventually, we have to comply,
Right.
and if necessary, compel under the force of law through the court system, if necessary. Unless
Understood.
God smiles on us once again, and we get the approval to be able to operate our business and a property that we own.
It's your land, absolutely.
It's our land.
Absolutely. And we touched upon this the last time. Mayor Bala, I was wondering if you can delve into what initially was offered to Mayor Bala at that land, and then what you guys are offering today. I know you spoke about a kayak portion.
I offered that to Mayor Bala when we first met him. Within days of his election, we laid out some ideas of beautifying the walkway, maintaining it, and keeping it in first-class condition. You see the way we run this terminal.
Of course.
It's first class. All our terminals are run first class. Everything we do, everything we touch, my reputation. I'm in business 73 years.
Right.
I'm a businessman.
So just going back to Mayor Bala, what was offered was the walkway, the kayaking, and the open space
And
that's
a
being
fishing pier.
And a fishing pier. I couldn't think of the other one.
Yes.
Okay, great. And that's what you're still going to provide there.
Yes.
I mean, and that's what's important. Just one more question for you, because there was a lot of questions regarding Upland. What does the term Upland mean on a dry dock? And because we've heard Don LaLoya, who was on the show before, say that Lackawanna and Bayonne doesn't have the upland needed. What, if you could just explain to the viewers what that actually means?
My God, you can't maintain it. We have no upland here in Weehawken.
Right. And that's why you're on the barges, correct?
That's why we're on the barges.
Interesting.
Those barges are a lifeline, but they're inadequate. They don't serve full needs. We have to compromise our work processes in order to accommodate the tie-ups alongside the barges. So it's a daily puzzle, a daily challenge of survival And this is Union Dry Dock. I said it the last time. It's worth repeating because it's the truth. And we only tell the truth. My old Italian mother would say to me, Arthur, honesty, honesty, honesty. Everything is the truth. I was brought up that way. And we don't tell stories. We need it to survive. It's that simple.
And also, we could say the region needs it to survive because if there's a path closure, if there's a Port Authority bus terminal closure, if God forbid another miracle on the Hudson or a 9/11 happens.
What about the tunnels?
And the tunnels.
What about the tunnels?
Right.
They're in bad condition.
Terrible, right?
And it's an open secret that Sandy wrought havoc to the condition of the tunnels. Sooner or later, there could be a failure. And then what? This is a big river out here.
Right.
And we know how to use it.
Absolutely. Well, Mr. Imperator, before we depart for this episode, I like to give you a little bit of time to say anything you would like to most of our viewers in Hoboken, because I know you've been on the show a few times before and your message is certainly getting out there. But I think you've really covered the bases in terms of how New York Waterway is called upon. You're not making phone calls. They call you when emergency is here, and how important the Union Dry Dock is to maintaining that relationship with other people, so you can.
It's right in the middle of our operating system. It couldn't have been better positioned. It could not have been better designed by the good Lord. With deep water, the water alone, if we had to dredge some of the sludge out of the river, it's $40–50 million and takes forever to permit. Nothing gets done easily. And we have all this in place at Union Dry Dock. So therefore, why can't we, in America, why can't we use our own property?
It's amazing. It really is. And that's what commuters really need to know.
We serve the public interest.
Right.
What we do is in the public interest.
Right.
And Union Dry Dock is a key to our service.
And that's what really our viewers need to know, especially the viewers in Hoboken. And that's whenever there
we'd like their support.
Right.
We'd like their support, so they call us, come see us, ask us questions. We'll show you anything that we do and how we do it and why we forced to do certain things.
Right.
Under such difficult conditions.
Right. And I believe if anybody wants more information on that, the website is nywaterway.com/truth. And they can visit and see what Mr. Imperator is talking about. Oh, we're so glad to be joined by Arthur Imperator, the founder and president of New York Waterway, always giving us the truth regarding the controversial land in Hoboken at the Union Dry Dock. Mr. Imperator, thank you for joining us, and we look forward to the next one.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.